Lusaka, good morning Zambia. Only with 19 days to go to 13th of August, we'll have to cast our votes. But hey, we are back this morning again. And Ruth, hey, good morning. You're looking nice.
Wow, thank you so much. Good morning. How are you doing?
Yeah, I think it was a short night somehow. I woke up early and because I didn't know there was a marathon until you sent that message to say, things are bad. Because I wanted to get a ride in the morning, but hey, it was more like I was going to Kabwe. It was very expensive.
I know. You should know these things, Osend.
But I think I didn't get the notice. I don't understand why.
You didn't get the memo?
Yeah.
So I woke up at 3 because I knew there was a marathon. I had to be here at 5:45. I didn't want to be late.
Before we get into what we have for you in the show this morning, and I think maybe people should just find a way where they can be doing the marathon from, because it's becoming so inconveniencing.
For heroes, maybe kuzunguluka heroes or something. I don't know.
Or Let's check out. Yeah, true. Let's check out what we have for you on the program this morning.
Would you trust well-known personalities in public office? We chat with CQ and Vagabond as they run for office in this year's general elections. And then, young people and mental health. Copper Queens gear up for WAFCON 2026. Charlton Malajika challenges David Sniper Mwale. The WBC Bantam fight is on today and we'll be live on BMTV. Charlton joins us on the show today. And in your movies, Avengers Doomsday is coming to Levy Cinemas soon.
That scared me far less than this one.
Our topic of discussion: what is your honest view on Chimbuya powdering? Should it continue? Good morning. Welcome to BMTV Sunrise Weekend.
Thank you for choosing to spend your weekend, your morning with us right here on BMTV. I'm very excited. Today's topic is very interesting. Our topic is, what is your honest view on Chimbuya? Should it continue? Osend, what do you think?
I'm not for that. I think, can it continue? I'm not for the idea, to be honest. Like,
why?
For it to continue. I think we're overdoing it. We're overdoing it. I've known Chimbuya for so many years and how it's done, but I feel it has gotten to a level where it has become overdoing it in that manner. Because if you look at the whole genesis of Chimbuya between the Ngonis and the Bembas, it's kind of the way it started. Like, it's normally it's done after the burial. Like after the burial, after you have organized the money, but after you're coming from the burial, then you're told to pay something. When you don't pay, then they don't even pour you like powder. Like it's supposed to be minimum, but just on your forehead. Like not the entire body. Like you have to look like so I feel overdoing it, and the biggest maybe the best. If you remember what happened during the burial or the funeral of Chief Mpezeni, what was there was some of the chiefs they mentioned to say Chimbuya's got levels. There's no way someone who's 15 years want to pour powder on someone who's 70 years. So that's got levels. Yeah. And normally, if you look at the old genesis between the Bembas and the Ngonis, it's supposed to be Muzako. Someone you know. You can't just be like a random person just because you are Ngoni, then powder Murimon. So I think we're overdoing it. Okay. So maybe someone should find a way to tame them. I don't know.
Okay, so for me, how I understand Chimbuya is not mainly about the funeral. It's about, tribal cousins, sort of. So Chimbuya ni relationship with how you relate with another tribe. Like myself, I'm Lenje. So Bambuya wanga ni Balozi. So because the Tonga ila Lenje same group. So Balozi nendile Bambuya wanga. So kudala or even manje, I can easily get, let's say you are Lozi, I found your tea, you've made your tea there. Inetia kungaitenga na imwa. Ungaende kuli konse nzakamba bati mbuya wanga tenzosobera chabe ni mbuya wanga. Olo kumaloko koti kapengu makisi zina ngokamba tawe chokani musichachani. Musobera chimbuya mweka. So that's how I understand Chimbuya, and also with relation to funerals. I think Chimbuya is where they get to be, ngati ndwe mbuya wa uyo muntu ngankumaliro imwe ndimo amene bayuzinga kupika
yes
kubatandizira, so that mumaliro muja they are not really in that situation. They shouldn't be as sad as they should be. So you tend to make them kind of happy-ish by doing my jokes bamne ve muchita bantu baseka bantu ankalako a bit Fashitako munga mtima wankalako pansi. And then with the essence of saying, if you don't be poured powder, we're going to charge you. They're making money and
fundraising. When you
and
haven't paid, that's when they even have to pour you powder.
Yeah.
But now it's about whether powder of new.
To be honest, vijabe matirantiana mapauda baku Eastern na babemba tima kumbwa benango.
So now that's the thing I wanted to say.
I'm like,
I wish I was from Northern or Eastern.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear from you. The number is there on the bottom of the TV screen. Let's get to hear from you what you think. Or in the Facebook, make sure that you search for BMTV Zambia, BMTV one word, then Zambia after the space. And you can also go on YouTube. Make sure that you search for BMTV Zambia. Let's get to hear from you what you think. And more especially if you're not from Eastern or from Northern side of the country, because what happened, what we witnessed this year, Ruth, is we are seeing people from Northwestern, the Kaondes, the Rundas pouring each other powder. And I was asking my question to say, this is between the Bembas, and it has got the way it's all started between these two tribes. So I don't see why we're seeing other tribes copying the Bembas and the Ngonis and try to do, because I think you guys you haven't taken your Chimbuya. You have taken your Chimbuya child like too serious, like because I've never seen Chimbuya between the Lozis and
the Tongas.
No,
like, it's there. Nice, but not as much as you guys.
Why don't you find another way of doing Chimbuya?
What's wrong with us copying? Okay, why is the issue here? We kumba, I told you.
Maybe start pouring each other water. That's how you're going to do it. Because now I think maybe I was having a chat with someone yesterday to do the Chimbuya. He said, in fact, you're supposed to be using mealie meal, but people decided to be using powder. Maybe it's cheaper.
Yeah. I mean, who would want to sport mealie meal this time and age? So I think powder is way cheaper. The issue is the white substance. But I heard somewhere that they used to pour kanganvi powder red back then, but now they've actually
because
changed.
It's kind of expensive where you can find it.
Yeah. So now they've changed to just powder. I think it's a good relationship. For me, I kind of like it because it creates,
Did you see what they did to the PS?
Okay, that one.
That
one was bad. I mean, I understand it's Chimbuya, but it's gonna beef.
Like
that's why they were being. I'm like,
he was frustrated. Like, I think this is straight too personal.
That was not good.
But I'm seeing it. I think it's good, but I think we need to control it somehow. We
have to. But then, if Logic was watching, angamukambati why mfuna Chireke.
Because the two couplets we know, it's just Binwe Mpundu and Logic.
Yes,
so we know.
The chief, I don't know what they call them. They're my chief baja. So them watching and us discussing this, I'm thinking, St. Ruth, what is your problem? But
I think, so that's a clip that happened in Northwestern Province, that's the PS, and that was during the funeral one of Zambia freedom fighter who died. So that happened during the funeral. So let's get to hear from you on the number which is there. You're able to send us those messages, and of course, you're able to call us. Then let's get to hear from you, especially if you're not even coming from the northern side and eastern side. Your Chimbuya is kind of boring, so let's hear from you. That's the only Chimbuya, the only non-Chimbuya is between Isebabemba, because me, I can do Chimbuya with you. Unless maybe our camera person Jack, I can do that. Yes.
You know when you guys were morning chief from Pezeni, and I was just there. You guys were just watching each other. I'm like, what is going on here? If it was
we are very mature. We're very mature.
Because I mean, I saw people here at the station. Do not pour powder on me. You should have done it. Where's Aldridge? Aldridge wanted to pour powder on people here, but then people didn't want. I was like, if I were Aldridge, by the way, Aldridge is one of the...
but it's Bemba, so he wanted him to also misbehave.
To tell everyone.
But who made everything worse? It's our chief. Our chief just, after everything that was happening, then I think there was a video, I think during an interview, then he went like, Vasanse, so everyone like, our chief, guys, let's do it.
Who are we?
Let's do it.
And then we also had another chief to say, you need to learn and understand that Chimbuya has levels. Wakulu ni wakulu. Me, I mean, I can't go to wachifu na ndo batira powder. Si ulemu. Olo wakulu maningi barini. Si ulemu. Ni Chimbuya bati. Ulemu funi kwa stashani. Funi kwa nkalapu.
Okay, I think we get it. So we are going to get your calls and messages. Remember, you're watching us live on channel 114 on GoTV on Topstar, where you're watching us. So remember, you can also go on YouTube and be able to catch up with everything that we're doing. But we're going to go for a short break. When we are back, we're going to look at other stories and other packages that we have for you, and we're able to interact with you as well. We have a lot of people we're going to be talking to. I can't wait for a number of interviews that we're going to be having.
I'm pretty much excited. So we actually have 2 aspiring candidates coming through, and this is very interesting for me because one is a musician.
Just remember something. I didn't get my voter's card. Where I left it, but I will after the show.
Okay, so one is a musician, one is an actor. That's interesting. I'd really want to know and understand why they've chosen to be in public office. That's a conversation that I can't wait to have.
So, you know, one thing about these 2 people are going to be having. So one, the other guy, the symbol is Chirimba. The other one is TV. Yes. So that was just showing that we are coming for the entertainment.
Anyway, we hear the story and the story behind their symbols and what they mean.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We go for a break and we'll be back.
Ino Saturday pa government complex muntu wanga pali kupwanyana, pali nkonya, pali makofi pamene muntu watu David Sniper Mwale amenyana na muntu wapa Saupe Charlton Marajika muntu wanga TV yanu ya chikata PMTV itambisa fight kamba na 15 hours muntu wanga channel 114 pa Topstar.
Okay, so this is still the breakfast show right here on BMTV, and we're talking about Chimbuya. We want to find out what is your honest view about Chimbuya. Should it continue or dash? So I just want to read out something here about Chimbuya. So Bembas and Ngoni practice what is called Anungwe and Ichinungwe, currently known as the Chimbuya. Do you know what these terms mean?
Yeah, I'm Bemba.
Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing them correctly.
Abanungwe, Chinungwe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Anungwe.
Abanungwe. Yeah.
Simply means the cousin
I don't understand. You're not from our side.
Yeah, so you bear with me.
Yeah.
It simply means a cousin clan, and traditionally, this is a clan that comes to your aid when you are bereaved. They would ensure that they take care of you and the administration of the funeral. So you were actually right.
Yes.
I just didn't know these terms about the
Chinungwe, Abanungwe, yes.
What's the difference?
It's more like the people are polling and the people are receiving the polling.
Oh, okay. The powers and the shani.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but if you look at it, it's supposed to be done after the burial.
Yeah.
Not doing before the burial.
So we're overdoing it.
Yes.
And
and the problem, we can't control it the way it has been done.
Now
remember being the funeral, the vice president, the former vice president, Dr. Scott. There are people like, who are we polling?
Yes, that was the biggest question, to say, man, for me, I commented somewhere, I said, I think don't say Batisanse Chabi, because this was our vice president. And besides, because it doesn't belong to any of these,
But I think it was Bemba.
Well, that's what everyone said.
Because they love Bemba. So, but again, what we can do, I think just guidance to say, okay, this is how far you can go with it. Because now people are so excited when they just hear like Unduafa, like, okay, identity the powder. And you see powder now, pictures of baby powder, like, hey, on social media.
Even
like
babies, even dogs, kutira imbo ati imbwa ya mubemba olo wa mungoni naye ni ngoni olo ni ibemba. Kwenza kusansiwa naka baby kala kwa chani.
But it's something. Let's see what happens. But I think you just have to have control over it to see. But it's not too much, because remember, some people are even talking about the issue of chemicals that might be found in powder.
Yeah. Some people could be asthmatic,
So those, I think, we have to be very careful we're pouring, because you don't know the health status of the person. Powder, because the chemical. Those are some of the things that maybe we should also look at, because one day we just are going to have someone maybe collapse or something happens, then that's not going to go like, okay, is this serious?
Yeah. And then the police will not say that they were doing Chimbuya. A crime is a crime. Do not say ati wenda wachita vaso chenze chimbuya baza kutenga bandani vachirapi.
That's also even me. Someone was asking what is chimbuya mchizungu.
It's chigrani.
Grand something.
Hey, grand. You choose whether it's grandma or grandpa.
Depends, right? Yeah. Okay, so we are still watching the breakfast show, and so excited to talk about this. I've never had a chance to talk about chimbuya and stuff, and it's the first time. It's interesting.
It is interesting,
but it can be more interesting if we get to hear from you out there. What do you think? Never No. When I know which for tirana, I go into hiding.
Okay. Yeah. So we wanted to look at the headlines. You have the headlines?
So before we look at the headlines, there's something that was happening. It's one of the biggest stories for the week. Yeah. Because you know why it's the biggest story? Because when the Lusaka City Council, they gave us information, they broke the news that there's a MOU between them and a wonderful group of companies that are going to do what we could corporate social responsibility to work, is it rehabilitation,
transformation, rebuilding, whatever it is.
The foundation that they're going to work on Kafue Roundabout and Kawe Roundabout. We're so excited, like we're going to see something like which is at which was done by Stanchart at Sapaba. So we were like, okay, let's look at what's coming. We're not given the plan. We're just so because now, before we come to the issue of the roundabout, you remember when Mao Sampa was the mayor of Lusaka, he tried to work on the issue of gas choker, on that ego and everything, but unfortunately, Bakaola Enzokuba pump yamanzi. So every time they put the pump, so things became bad. Street kids,
oh my goodness,
and everything. So it just became bad.
It was so bad such that if you're in the car, you're able to see someone actually bathing right there. Like, bath, how? In the middle of town.
So now we saw it that it has been unveiled to people, and people started commenting. And we saw the Lusaka City Council giving us now the actual pictures. Okay, this is what is going on between Kafue Roundabout and Kawe Roundabout. And it,
have you been to town?
I've never been to town for, last time I was near Kafue Roundabout. It was last year.
Wow.
In December.
Okay.
Nimangena the other side of town.
Okay.
Phone, so I don't like that area. So I've never been there, but I'm glad you went there.
Yes. Okay. So let's have a look at how the Kafue Roundabout is looking right now.
Ah, interesting. Let's see.
What you see behind me is the newly transformed Kafue Roundabout. Some Lusaka residents have called for security and cleanliness around the Kafue Roundabout. The residents are saying, for this to be admired, for this to stay put, they need to ensure that this place is secured. The newly refurbished Kafue Roundabout has been warmly welcomed by many Lusaka residents, who said the transformation has enhanced the beauty of one of the city's busiest intersections.
This is a good development to our country. But we want a security. You can see how God it looks like. It shows that here in Zambia we have got God. Yeah? So we don't want people to come and stealing this again. Please, we need a proper security over this.
Awa ntiamikira maningi Kafue Roundabout apa panaoneka bwino kozi kudala penzooneka doti manje apa paoneka bwino manje chabe chane chingafunikire chikulu tuona abantu bakopesapo mafotozi pabwera abantu bosiyana so chikulu chabe chechifunikira kuti papitirizooneka clean pafunika security apa kozi benangu tenzona yesterday na bazungu batekinga mafoto pamene paja batiche monga majanki bamuno mtauni mumazi benangu wachoka kumakombo na boso berera pamene apa bagona pamene apa so pafunika che security kuti papitirize kuoneka clean.
Roundabout yatu panaoneka bwino manje chetipempa kwa chikulu maningi pafunika security majanki ndafya bazambo shitrapo mapupuzi bazambo gona pepaja.
The roundabout was upgraded through a collaboration between the Lusaka City Council and the wonderful group of companies as part of efforts to improve the city's public spaces. Residents said the facelift has given Lusaka a more modern and attractive look.
My name is Pefias Kapokera. building manamanga chioneka mushe mu Lusaka chioneka town ioneka mushe cha kudala so akonga nyepo cha president kwa town yonse munike na mabini yonse na fimanificha yonse fya mumbali manani ma drainage ule muneka sana ka building alipo pale tayari muneka fya fiko nomba pale muneka chini mu Lusaka nangu muntu alesa otasha kusaka asa mwacha wamona na mtu wa mulanga wako pechi wa mpostro muntu amunanga chawe good environment yoneka mushe environment
awa isense wakondera maningi kuti roundabout vaikonza not mamenenze riri kudala because paja kudala ya jamanzi yamenenzo chokapo majanki benzoinda pamene paja bawasha basambira pamene paja so apa mwamene yankalira so tingapepeko kuti at least pagaleko security not aliyense kufika pali roundabout because paoneka bwino mwamene paoneka chose cha bebu live kutsunga sasunga bwino not mabini tikaonepo 2 days 3 days kaonepo mabini paja iyai
muje sema ibasanyamule Africa Cup ingale zote.
Ruth Nsakabantu reporting for BMTV in Lusaka.
I think that was my biggest concern. Security.
You've watched and listened to the views of the people.
But it looks beautiful.
It is beautiful.
But I don't know what that means.
Okay, so let me just read what Lusaka City Council said about the symbol or what it symbolizes. So the council is saying the statue at Kafue Roundabout features a globe and symbolizes Lusaka's position as a gateway to regional and international connectivity. It also represents unity, global engagement, sustainable development, and the city's growing role as a modern capital that is open to investment, trade, and tourism.
Nice.
Yeah, now you get it. Now you understand.
Get it, but I think if I look at what they're explaining there, I think that could have made sense at Kafue Roundabout because Kafue Roundabout connects you to all the 10 provinces. If you're just at Kafue Roundabout, you can go to northern side, eastern, southern, northwestern. If you are just going to stand from Kafue Roundabout, so I think that could have made more sense at Kafue Roundabout than the ego at Kafue Roundabout.
People were crying. They're saying, "Tifuna chinyonyi chatu wanatichosera pochani." So I think that we as human beings, sometimes we don't accept change because we tifuna chinyonyi. Why wanachosapo? Why uchifuna chinyonyi? You who wants the ego? Why do you want it there?
Chinyonyi inambira chepa the new currency, so the new notes, so but it's a nice report. But I think what I was concerned about it was the issue of security. And if you look at the report, what people are talking about, that issue of security. No, it's not kind of toileting. But I think maybe have you seen the way they've done at Sababa? The way they've done the setup. It's a booth where there's a Zambia police. There's also there's a security. They make sure that you don't just go there to take pictures. You just go there with your choir. You do some videos.
I know. Allow the choir people to do.
So maybe we need a container.
Police post.
Yes. But
no, it's going to ruin the beauty of the place. And besides, there was police people there with the traffic. I mean, it's not there.
No, but I think maybe we can put a fence.
Fence.
Something like that.
Security. It makes sense.
But that's the setup. You have been.
Well, you know the turf, the grass. It's a carpet. So now my thought was, someone who has nowhere to sleep can just remove that anyula poche, bateng and a blanket. So hopefully, I'm sure Lusaka City Council.
The way they do to billboards, why they just a billboard like up and timber is part of the roofing.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we are going to go in the next feature that we have this morning, and Temwan is here. Temwan, good morning. Looking fresh.
Morning, guys. Yeah, looking fresh. Interesting conversation you're having there, firstly, with the roundabout. I think so much has been talked about. No, I haven't. I really avoid going to town.
Spare that area.
And luckily I work in this vicinity, so I don't literally have to drive to town. It's hectic, man, especially that spot. Obviously because of the robberies that go on there. So the fact that you guys are talking about security around the roundabout and the new statue, I really think they have to do something, because that carpet, like you said, is going to work elsewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Temwani.
Yes, talk to me.
Chimbuya.
That. Look, I understand it's culture, guys, but the thing for me is that there should be limit to things.
Yeah.
Like you can only do something to a certain extent. I feel strongly that it's been taken out of context, and now it's almost just like an irritating would be the word I would use. A program or call it a culture. You know, like fine. Make me understand this. Are you supposed to bath somebody in powder, or is it just like a smidget and you just say, okay, so this symbolizes your morning, or you know? So that was my understanding. But the recent videos we've seen, guys, even just not with the PS, but even just in workplaces where we've seen videos recently, it's hectic, guys.
Talking about workplaces.
Yeah.
So when there was Chimbuya going around, when I said people here didn't want to be poured powder on, you're talking about Temwan.
No, I don't.
Because he was like, no.
I still don't.
And then Osen said something to say, even
if we pour you powder, there's no difference.
Yeah, because I've got a white beard.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So you still look like the same.
Thank you. So no need.
Okay.
No need, guys.
So, Timon, what do you have this morning?
Yeah, this morning, guys, as we head towards the elections, obviously it's becoming crucial. 19 days till the August 13th for us to vote. More public figures are stepping forward as well to seek office, guys. Yeah, arguing that, well, their influence, community work, and connection with ordinary citizens can actually translate into effective leadership. So that's the conversation we're having today. But I think the big question is popularity enough? Should public recognition automatically end public trust? Or must voters demand more than fame and familiarity? But to be fair, I took it upon myself to bring in two people that I know personally, good friends, have been in the arts industry for years. One of them is a musician. The other one is very diverse. He can sing, he can rap, he can act. I think we all grew up enjoying Flat Six. Remember that, guys? Yeah. Vagabond, aka Innocent Tembo, joins us this morning. So we'll be talking about how he's standing for Ward 6 councillor in Kabwata. And good morning, Innocent. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning.
Are you an early morning person, man? Because you see, around here, we give each other a chance to just climatize, wake up. Everybody comes in grumpy, not talking. And then as the time goes, you just see everyone warming up and they're like, oh yeah, we're here now. We've got work to do.
Yeah, I'm usually up by 5.
Okay.
Every day I'm up by 5.
Yeah, you look like somebody that's up by 5. You look too sharp.
Yeah, you know, where we grew up and what we were doing back in the day. So my mindset, the brain just automatically 5, it wakes up.
Okay.
So I went to bed at 2:30 today.
Wow.
Yeah. So 3-4 hours is enough for me to rest.
Are you campaigning that hard?
Yeah, the work there is hard.
Very different from what you were used to over the years. Obviously, I'll just take you back a little bit to you being on TV. A lot of productions that you featured on our national television growing up. I personally watched you and enjoyed what you did. Why the transition now from that to public office?
To tell you the truth, I've been in the media for over 20 years, and I think I've done my part. Okay. So there comes a time when a man has to sit and decide, okay, Appa, how best can I help? You know, in the entertainment industry, media, I think I've contributed positively, helped quite a number of people.
Right.
And then there's this sector, there's this other side of the country that I think needs my help. So I decided, okay, let me try a little bit something different from my entertainment. Okay. And I decided, okay, let me be a civic leader because, for instance, I'll talk about Kabwata. Kabwata is a place where I've grown up. I know a lot of people there. And every day they are complaining about the same things, and I'm just giving it a blind eye because no, that's not my area. I mean, yeah. But I think there's a time that came and I had to make a decision. What am I going to do for my community? I've done so much this side, but how best can, on a larger scale, there are people who are not into the entertainment. Some don't even follow entertainment. They're into sports and the rest. So I decided, okay, let me give it a try and see how best I can help.
Congratulations, man. That's a big step. But look, many residents don't fully understand the role of a councillor, which you are running for. What do you believe will be your responsibilities, and how would you explain to the people what you hope to represent? Because it's easier said than done.
You know, the work of a councillor, it's, for me, I look at it very simple. The work of the council is this is a person between the council and the people and the government.
Right.
Yeah. So everything on the ground comes through the councillor. The councillor is the person who's supposed to provide the ear. The councillor is the person who's supposed to see, and the councillor is the person who's supposed to stand and speak for the people on the ground, and to make sure that whatever the people are requesting for on the ground is delivered within a certain community. So one thing that has really missed, and what people are complaining is it's a usual uniformity of people getting into the office and they disappear.
Yeah, they become comfortable.
Yeah, they become comfortable and they forget, you know, but this moment we are in, everybody else is on the ground, everybody else is kneeling, everybody else is sleeping on the ground, so that they just get that vote. But I think that narrative has to change. Okay. For me, I've decided to become a civic leader, and that's why I'm standing independent.
Okay.
That's why I refuse to be on certain political parties. I was approached to be on certain political parties and whatnot, but I refuse, because the day I decided to stand for the people, because I want to be for the people. I want my party to be the people. So my commitment with the people, it will be direct. I don't want to serve anyone.
Okay.
I don't want to report to anyone. Let me report to the people.
To the people.
These 5 years, I'm coming in this race not with a lot of political ambitions or, like you put it, I don't have a political background. I decided to stand so that I work to show people that have been there and people that are willing, who want to come in future on the same offices, that it can be done, and we'll show them how it is done. So it's simple and direct for me. It's just to be in the office as a councillor, to represent the people of Kabata Ward 6, to speak for them, to be the voice. I know my network is quite wide. You know,
Right.
yeah. You know, I've interacted with people through the media, from the MMD, PF, and all through the media. Although I've never been politically aligned to any party in my life. So that's what I'll bring on the table as an independent person. My party is the people of Kawata.
Nice.
Those are the people that I'll be reporting to directly.
I like that. Look, obviously the journey starts now. You made mention you grew up in Kawata. What are the 3 biggest priorities for you once elected into office? I mean, practical issues that we can address right now. Somebody listening from Kawata, watching and wanting to hear from you, and also having lived there, you could see the scenery in Kawata. What are the first biggest 3 things that you want to work on?
Number 1, I've been on the ground for the past 3 months. I've been doing door-to-door, engaging people directly, talking to them, and I did a little of a survey. The number 1 problem that needs to be resolved in Kawata and worked on in Kawata is the drug and substance abuse. That's number 1. Number 2.
How do you hope to achieve that? That's a big thing.
That's a big thing. So I'll tell you one thing. That is the root cause of everything that we're going to talk about. Number 1 is to create opportunities for them.
Okay.
Number 2, these people, we need to engage them. We need to know what their mental state is. There's a mental health problem in Kawata, number 1. Then the other thing, ukakoneketa party ponse in Kawata, you find they're selling these Tumalito things.
Yeah.
Every corner in Kawata, everywhere they're selling.
How do you control that?
Yeah. So this is where ZAPS comes in. This is where now we engage serious stakeholders who's authorizing, are these things okay on the market? Where are they being produced? Because you can't sell a certain thing at 10 kwacha or 15 kwacha. And then once a person takes that, they are wasted. So now we'll engage the stakeholders to come on board to regulate these things which are being supplied on the market.
Okay.
It's a regulation, number 1, that needs to come in. Number 2, the mindset of our youth has to change. Mindset is the other biggest problem that most of us...
But most of them will complain and argue. Say, look, the frustration comes from not having any opportunities at all. You're done with your secondary education, right? For most of them, you notice it's difficult to get into college. What next? What do you do? There are no jobs. So as a councillor, as a ward councillor, yes, you've spoken about dealing with the vice of illicit drinking. But these opportunities are mentioned at surface level. You know, somebody wants to know, what exactly is it that you're going to put on the table for me to do?
You know, not everybody, not everybody will be able to be employed will get a white collar job. So the opportunities, if you look at if you looked at my manifesto, my number one thing is to look at the creative arts and the sports. There's where I come from, Kawata, the Dallas city that I know, they are talented, skilled people there. Number one, what we've discussed and put on the ground, Kawata has been divided into 6 zones.
Okay.
So in each zone, what I will do definitely is to put up community groups that are going to register. The way we're going door to door, we need to know door to door who has
what skill set
do they have, what are they good at. We'll need to have that record. That is the number one thing which has been lacking, because we need to have that database. It's hard to help people if you don't know that person has reached this level and on my paper, so it will be very hard to communicate with them. So there's these community groups that we're going to put leaders. We're going to have that database. People have to be trained. There's a lot of things that we can train them. Tailoring, already I've been talking to, there's a group that I'm working with. They want to train about 50 ladies of how just to produce sausages. Yeah. I've already spoken to people that want to teach young women how to design things. So some of these things are the things that we're going to look at. We need to identify in each zone, people are employed, are not employed, and these statistics have to be taken seriously, because from there, that's why you need to know.
Yeah. All right. Community development depends on working with MPs. Soon enough, I'll be speaking to somebody that's aspiring for that office in Kawata, somebody in the arts sector for quite a while, as well as council officials and central government. How do you build those partnerships where political differences exist? What is your approach in that regard?
For me, one thing is clear. I'm ready to work with anyone who's got a straight vision, a vision that will align with my vision. Remember, people come first. As long as the person, the stakeholders, the MPs, and all the civic leaders that are going to come in power, as long as their manifesto and their vision is to put people first. And of course, everybody else will say, yeah, of course, me, it's people first. Everybody else is saying that. But we have to be practical to it. The first 6 months, the first year is very crucial. This is where we will be able to see people able to deliver and whatnot. For me, my main core objective is to speak and get the results from whoever, depending on which political they're affiliated to. I'm ready to work with anyone, be it they're coming from the Tonse, be it they're coming from the Ray Party. As long as they're in the office, I will be working with them directly.
Okay. If residents become dissatisfied with your performance halfway through your term, what should they expect from your leadership, and how will you plan to rebuild confidence? Because, I mean, this is the first time you're getting into office. There will obviously be hurdles that will come along. How do you plan on dealing with that situation?
Temani, I've opened an office. I've got a small office in Kabata. My vision is to create, to have this safe Kabata and open transparency, open communication, and to make sure that every voice is heard. My office is open as I speak right now. Win or lose, that's one thing I can tell the people of Kawata. Win or lose, this journey I've embarked on, I'm not stepping back, because I've given myself to serving the people. If I'm not elected, I'll still help in any way I can help, because I've given myself, I've taken a break from everything that I'm doing for the next 5 years, so that I just make sure that Kawata is in the right hands, Kawata is head. So regardless of whoever will come in office, but I'm getting into the office because I'm a very straightforward person, and I don't easily take a no for an answer. It's not easy to get certain things done, but once I'm in the office, that's why I'm getting in the office, so that I get things done. So whoever will be in the office, if not me, because I've given my life, I've dedicated myself, that the next 5 years is for the people of Kawata. So that's why you should see my trust comes in. You need to trust. I'll work better if I'm in that office. But I'll still help. It's not been, like I said, for me, it's not really having some political ambition that one day I need to do this. I've just said in the 5 years, at least we should show how it is done, that things can be achieved as a community. They're quite all right, we can depend on the government, yes, but as a community, there's a lot that we can achieve and do just within Kawata Ward 6. And my job is simple, to make sure that everything is done. So people in Kawata, they are very safe, very safe.
Okay.
That office that I've created to won't be closed.
Okay.
And having coming from the background of media, working on something that is going to help quite a lot of youths.
Okay.
Media is diverse. Like you put it, I'm a cameraman, I'm an editor, director, producer. I can do quite a lot. And that's a knowledge to start with that I want to impart in my fellow youths.
I was going to say, I mean, you have a strong background in media. What are your plans once elected in office, specifically with regards to your art? What exactly do you plan to do for Kawata Ward 6 where art is concerned? I know there's a lot of people who probably are watching right now and say, look, yes, fine, we understand that you're looking at more civic issues, but we also want to be a part and create a journey such as yours and be on TV and be able to edit and, to present. Surely that should be a part of one of your recreation plans.
One thing that I can tell you, fame is nice. Fame is not good again. For me, I started my acting journey, whatever I do on the media, to make a living. And I've earned myself quite a number of things, properties here. I'm able to survive, able to take my children to decent schools. I'm able to feed my family. So what I'm trying to say is, through art, there's a lot of job opportunities that we can give. Kawata is where I grew. Just saw Mwembe Muntu outside there. Yeah. I was young. Quite a number of legends, they come from Kawata. JK, Peterson, Chris Charlie, sportsmen like James Peary, Ngozi is there. Yeah. And where I'm coming from, to tell you a funny story is that where I was staying in Kawata.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with that street. So apparently, once you... The first house you'll be at is my house. That's where I was staying.
Okay.
Next, there's Zonkara Thomas Sparrow, Diffcourt.
Oh, okay.
Opposite Diffcourt, Mr. Ngozi is still there.
Yeah.
B-Flow was in the same street. The same street where the brand Kombweki. So Kawata is rich with talent and skills. So every knowledge, because I want, of course, I will call you, okay, I've got a set of people pass through and just talk about this, just enlighten them this. But 3/4 of the things that I've done, I will take the knowledge back to the people in Kawata.
Okay.
They will learn how to write scripts, because it's not just about acting.
Yes.
You can be talented just writing. You can be talented just thinking. Because sometimes I'm called for meetings just to sit and think and brainstorm. There's this concept, how do we do this? My work is done. 1 hour, 5 hours, you're just sitting there brainstorming, you're done. You get paid out of that. Yeah. So there's these opportunities, like I said, the office is out there, and then we're going to identify youths who are interested in arts so that we develop. So it's not just about arts, media, but sports as well.
Quickly, so let's wrap it up. Why should people of Ward 6 choose you over every other candidate that's on that ballot?
I've stayed in Kawata for over 20 years. I know each corner of Kawata. Kawata is full of my friends, people that know me, my children are there. It will be very easy for you to connect with me. I'm standing independent. The reason I'm standing independent is, number one, you, the people of Kawata, are my party. I don't want to report to anyone. I'm not obliged to have a boss out there apart from you, the people. Try independent. My mind should be focused on the people of Kawata. Work for the people for Kawata and stand for the people of Kawata. That's why you should vote for me. My office will be there 24/7 so that we can interact, have open communication. That's why my symbol is a TV. TV represents me, myself, and for open communication and transparency. Vote for independent. Vote for a person that is not interested in politics. I will serve you people. Kawata is my home, and I want Dallas City to shine again.
Innocent, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Wish you the best. Come August 13th and post that, we will come back and just pretty much keep tabs on the promises that you've made to the people of Kabata this morning.
Never doubt the TV. TV keeps everything. That's my symbol.
All right.
So history has been made. I will be going to it. Okay, this is what you promised, and I'll live up to it for the next 5 years. That's it.
We wish you the best. All right, still watching Sunrise Breakfast on BMTV right here. We'll be back. We'll take a short commercial break. There's more on the program. Please do stay watching. Zambia's WBC international champion David Sniper Mwale is preparing for another unforgettable night. Standing across the ring, South African challenger Charlton Malajika. Every punch, every round, every second, live. Saturday, the 25th of July, witness championship boxing live from Government Complex. Watch it live on BMTV, channel 114 on the Top Star platform. Good morning. You're still watching Sunrise Breakfast right here on BMTV. All right. Just before the break, we did speak to Innocent Vagabond Tembo, who's standing for Ward 6 Councillor right here in Lusaka. 19 days to go before we get to the elections. And as I said earlier on with our question, should we trust people, our public figures with public office? So I do have another guest in the studio who joins us this morning. Somebody that you're all too familiar with, all right? I'm sure the ladies are cheering out there. Mr. Chisanga CQ Chansa, all right? Probably known as CQ. For the longest of time, you won't believe this. I actually didn't know your first name. I confess.
I know. That happens a lot actually with celebrities, but
but we've known each other for a while.
Yes.
So that I sat down and I had a thought to myself, I'm like, wow, how did this happen? You know?
It's like you create a brand that just overtakes everything about you.
Yeah, but good morning, man. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Are you a morning person? I called you and you sounded like you were in bed.
Not really, but I try.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm one of those people that like waking late.
Yeah.
I will end up sleeping at even 3 in the morning, that kind of thing. So I find my space waking late.
Yeah, and getting up early as well.
Not really getting up early, but
sleeping.
I give my time enough time to sleep to just recover for the hours. But at least I give myself even 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah, no, you need 8. It's important.
I know.
Recommended health sleep time. Yeah. But anyway, man, let's get into it. You built your name as a public figure, no doubt, but now you're running for office. You're standing. You're aspiring to be member of parliament for Kabata. Why should people trust you with the most important legislative office in the country?
That's a very good question. I believe that I'm a familiar person. I'm a person that they have seen. Mm-hmm. They have seen me do things. Sometimes I may not even pay attention that they're watching me, but I believe that you have seen me. You've seen my character. You know me.
Yeah.
I believe that from the things that they know about me, I'm able to even take things further.
Okay.
I believe I'm one of those people that problem solvers.
Okay.
I believe that I'm able to solve the problems of Kabata. Mm-hmm. I've got a track record of how I have fixed some of the things within the community, not as a politician, but as a concerned citizen.
Okay.
So within the same, window, I believe that I'm able to do great things for Kabata.
Okay. Many celebrities and public personalities enjoy popularity, man. Parliament demands policy knowledge, legislation and oversight. Beyond your public profile, what qualifies you, aside from people knowing you, to be member of parliament?
Being a member of parliament, Number one
is it the Land Cruisers? Is it the free breakfast and sausages, Parliament Motel? What are you looking for?
I think I'm above that. I'm above that. I believe that being a member of Parliament, number one, is you need to represent the people. You need to be the voice of the people.
Okay.
You need to do what people ask you to do. You need to represent them well.
Yeah.
Aside from that, of course, there's that legislation issues, oversight, and the like. But most of all, I think it's more about the vision that I carry and that I've carried.
Okay.
I believe that Zambia is not lacking leaders. I believe that Zambia is lacking leaders that are exposed.
Okay.
And seeing that leverage on my part is that I'm one of those, individuals that I've traveled extensively. I've been graced with the opportunity to, live in America, to live in London, to travel to, developed nations. And one thing stands out. Why are we still living the way we are living?
Yeah.
When I come back to Zambia and I look at certain things, I point out, why is this not working? Why is that not working? I found out that everything was leading to the member of parliament within the constituency.
Okay.
I'm very ambitious. If you know me, I'm a very ambitious type of person. I would come up with ideas and write proposals, that would change the narrative. But then I found the bureaucracy around even just writing a good proposal is hard. It's hard to make someone to understand, someone who has never seen it happening somewhere.
Yeah.
I come to you, Tim, and I say, you know what, I'm seeing an opportunity where we can put this and this and that, and it will work out like this. And you being my leader, you fail to, connect and see what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
You'll be like, no, we'll look into that. And I've had brilliant proposals, but all the proposals have been turned down, mainly because people are not exposed. People have never seen it anywhere.
Yeah.
So it has to take someone that is exposed, has seen it somewhere. Even when you bring that, we'll be able to connect and say, you know what? I think you're right. We can do this. And I feel that is where we're lacking. We lack leaders that are not exposed. One of the other issues that I feel we should include in our policies is that aspiring candidates or leaders should at least have traveled to 3 countries. In as much as it sounds very funny, but I believe that it will help us develop our communities, because certain things don't demand us to just work on things. People have dreams.
You need some exposure.
You need exposure. And we're living in a global village right now.
Okay.
Everything that happens in America right now can be accessed through social media, and you'll be able to know what is happening in real time.
Yeah.
But when it comes to development, we are still 300, 200 years behind. Why is it so? It's because people have never traveled. People have never seen how it's supposed to be done. I believe that we're not supposed to be even at the point where we are today, where we're talking about roads, drainages in this day and age. I believe that we're not supposed to be where we are. We're supposed to be way beyond and deal with other issues that are that concern the people of our communities.
Speaking of issues, let's get into it a little intricately here. Kawata has struggled with a lot of unemployment. That should be, I think, the biggest problem. Correct me if I'm wrong, but even the people out there will attest to this. Poor drainage systems, sanitation challenges, and infrastructure concerns. Which one issue will you tackle in your first year, and how exactly do you plan to achieve it? You've told us you've traveled, but I think it's easier said than done when you visualize, but implementing is another thing.
Before I even attempted to stand, I was working on very strategic plans and lasting solutions to many of the problems that have been faced in Kawata. So I realized that I found the solutions, and I decided to stand because I had the answers for the people. We have our challenges of a drainage system. Kawata is quite vast right now. Kawata isn't just the common Chilenje, Kawata, and Kamwala anymore.
Yeah,
we have Kamlanga, we have Shantumbu area, which is almost like going to almost Lilai.
Yeah,
Plus, Kawata is quite big, but most of our previous leaders concentrated more on Kabwata. This is why you find that in main Kabwata, you have the roads, of course, we have the street lights. But when you go to other sections of Kabwata, you find that there's no development whatsoever.
Yeah.
So you asked me what would be the first thing that I want to focus on in my first 90 days. In my first 90 days, I would like to concentrate more on the drainage and the flooding issue.
Okay.
Within Kabwata, Kabwata Site and Service, Kamwala South. The drainage is
flooding is a big issue.
Flooding is the biggest issue. Yeah. So I would like to dedicate my 3 months to, first deal with that issue so that at least this year, come rains, we're not going to be flooded. Okay. The issue of flooding will come to an end. So I have put lasting solutions to those, the issue of flooding within Kamwala. Then, of course, secondly, I want to work with the issue of non-employment amongst the youths. The reason why we have a lot of the so-called junkies in our neighborhoods today is these youths do not have anything to do.
Okay.
They have no recreation centers. They have no skill centers. And they end up just indulging themselves in these illicit activities, which is drug abuse, alcohol and whatnot. So part of the main plan that I have for the youths, because I stand to be the voice of the youths. The youths of Kabwata have never had a voice that represents them well in parliament. This is the reason why we have, a big number of junkies. It's about understanding who they are and what they stand for. So if you grew up in Kabwata, you realize that back in the day, we had play parks, we had recreation centers. And for many people, they may not be aware of this, that Kabwata already has these existing structures, but they are white elephants right now.
Yeah.
So part of the plan is to revamp some of these skill centers, not some of them, in fact, all of them.
Okay.
Because Kabwata by nature has always been an area or a place where talent thrives more than anything else.
Yeah.
I think more people, we've had renowned musicians, actors from Kabwata. So Kabwata has been driven by art. So having art facilities is very cardinal within the community. So my plan is to revamp most of these skill centers and also come up with programs that will help the youths away from illicit activities. So it's about having these revamping these skill centers and bringing programs, interesting programs that will cause the youth to want to be part of those programs at the skill centers. Look at what has happened in the recent past. Instead of leasing out our play parks, to people that will bring recreation centers, they have leased out some of these play parks to making bars, to making shops. You know what I mean? How does that benefit the community?
Yeah.
Recently there was a recreation center, the basketball court. You grew up in Kabwata.
Yeah.
Looters is now a filling station. And you expect to have less, junkies within the community. Our youth don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
There are more bars than churches in Kabwata. There are more bars than anything you can think of in Kabwata. So we need to strike that balance, where we need to be concerned about the well-being of our people.
You've spoken about recreation, but drug abuse still remains one of the biggest vices in Kabwata constituency. How do you plan to deal with this vice, particularly? Because I think that's where a lot of youths have lost their way.
Exactly.
Look, I've had opportunities where, at a young age, I was exposed to media and I was able to do certain things and just build my character around that. But for some of those that don't have these recreation services, no excuse.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to do it, but it's worrying. Personally, for me, I have a son.
Yes.
I've actually just restricted him to be in the confines of my yard and not go out there because I'm scared. There's so much happening. How can we deal with the issue of drug abuse?
The issue of drug abuse mainly starts with the mindset. It's about change of mindset. The moment you have you teach people to change the mindset on how they see things, I think that is the beginning of better things. Because when you just say I'm going to bring programs without changing the mindset, it may take a longer, route or time to achieve.
Yeah.
But I think we first need to change the people's mindsets and let them realize that there's much they can do. There's more they can do other than just indulging themselves to, drug abuse. Of course, drug abuse is not something that can easily, be attained easily. I think we need rehabilitation programs, rehabilitation centers within the community where you start, slowly getting your mind changed and you start focusing on other greater things within the community. This is the reason why once you change the mindset, you need to follow an activity. You need to replace your abuse or your activity into another activity. So I feel it's very cardinal that we revamp most of these skill centers and bring interesting programs. This day, we're living in a day of social media.
Yeah.
People are making money just using the phone. We need to teach our youths on how to make money using the phone.
All right, quickly, CQ, as we get to wrap up this conversation, as we still have other things to do on the program, but what exactly, or how will residents hold you accountable in your first year of performance? What are the clear benchmarks that you can set out and tell the people of Kabwata constituency right now that given the mandate to rule in 1 year, this is what's going to happen, and come August 13th, this is why you should vote for me?
That's a very good question. I believe that I stand for the people. I believe that my role as an MP is to, work with the community, work with my councillors, because it's about having a cooperative, team that has the same vision and focus to achieving these issues. So I'm not working independently alone, because most of the times we have this notion of wanting to be the leader because I'm the MP, then everything should work according to how I plan things. No, we should have a common ground. I believe that councillors and every other person that is vying for their positions has a vision of what they want Kabwata to look like.
Right.
But we need to have a common, we need to have common values where we need to focus on the people.
Yeah.
I'm standing as an independent this time because I believe that Kabwata has tried, partisan politics, and since independence, nothing has changed, and there hasn't been much development as regards to Kabwata as a constituency, because people will focus more on their secretariat and party programs as opposed to attending to the people. So we want to give the opportunity for people to depend on us, and we also depend on them.
Yeah.
This time around, we are standing as independent because we realize that there's been the middleman here, and it is the party. The parties have been the middlemen that have really, caused retrogression in programs.
Yeah.
So I believe that it's about now dealing with the people directly. We now stand for the people, and their voices are going to be heard, and we will hear the voices directly without putting, that barrier. So we are now going to move things and work with the community, and our programs that we have aligned for them will work effectively, because this time we will have leadership that is present, leadership that is accessible, and that has been the biggest problem. So I want to assure the people of Kabwata that I know your concerns. I've been on the ground. I know that Kabwata is quite big. It has different, wards, but each ward is affected differently.
Sure.
Kamwala has its, flooding issues. Kabwata has the roads, has the street lights, but the biggest issue is the garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage collection has been the biggest issue of Kabwata. How do we intend to, achieve that? You know, I realized that for the longest time, there's been a company that has been engaged in Kabata that collects the garbage. But then there's a fee to, you know, the collection of garbage. But then if I look at how much they're paying, you know, they pay about 150, 120,000, 120 kwacha, you know, for your garbage to be collected. And 120 is not, you know, small money in this economy, in the sense that there are families that would thrive on that 120 instead of paying for garbage collection. They'll, you know, help themselves with buying some, you know, food at home. So if you calculate 150 times 10 houses, you'll find that they are collecting about 1,500 per home, per household, you know, 150 out of 10 houses. How many houses are within Kabata constituency? I realized that we're able to procure our own trucks, garbage trucks, that will be able to, you know, to collect garbage at a very minimal fee, in the sense, at a very minimal fee, because those trucks will not belong to a company. Instead, the trucks belong to the community. So each ward is able to have garbage truck that is able to collect the garbage, because it's a very serious issue. If they don't collect your garbage, where do they expect you to throw your garbage? Before you know it, in the morning, you find there's trash in your little, you know, drainage, because someone from somewhere sent somebody to go and throw garbage anywhere. We pay these little boys. Oh, ntaile ko garbage, bo ntengele ko garbage. Abwela, wampasa ndalama, usiku, suza kwa mena taila. And attach a palipon. So they end up, you know, messing up the community, and it is one issue that we need to really look into. But I have those plans already, you know, aligned for the community. All right. Kamlanga, Kamapoloto here. It's in the suburb. Chilenje is not a compound. It's a suburb, you know. But within the suburb, there's a small compound, which is Mapoloto. People have never seen, you know, Mapoloto is more like Chibolia in Chilenje. You know, people have been living there, and the biggest issues has been sanitation and water. They have no water in this day and age. Boreholes are easy to sink, but these people don't have water. I don't know what the previous, you know, administrations have been focusing on, but water is life. We need to focus on real issues, water and sanitation. You know, these are cardinal issues. This is why I said, even in my preamble, to say we are not supposed to be at a level where we're still trying to fix the water problem. We're still trying to fix our roads and drainages. We're supposed to be at another level. But if you've never traveled, you will never know some of these things. Exactly.
CQ, I'll have to hold you there. But all the best. Come August 13th, post that as well. Once you're voted into office, I'm sure Kabata will be very expectant.
Kabata already knows what I'm able to do. In 2015, I embarked on a project, you know, as just an individual citizen, you know, concerned citizen who, you know, who wants to be in a very clean environment, in a good environment. I initiated a project, the painting project, or the Kawata painting project, which was, you know, helping the community live in a nice and clean environment. You know, I'm the one that initiated bringing companies, you know, to paint for them those flats using different brands. I brought Topstar to Kawata. I'm the one that brought Topstar and painted those flats, you know, using the social responsibility money. So you can trust me with lobbying, because many of the biggest part about being an MP is not to just depend on CDF. Because CDF has been one of those funds which everybody wants to just know, what are we going to do with the CDF money? It's not only about CDF. You know, we can lobby to have our environment in a way by incorporating it, you know, partners, you know, bringing in incorporating partners where we're able to, you know, do what I did. You know what I mean? Kawata looks better now. You know. Well,
CQ, that's very insightful, man. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you for making time to join us on Sunrise Breakfast.
let people remember.
Yeah.
A symbol is within Karimba.
Yeah.
If we say it's already you see, there are many symbols out there.
Yeah.
And one of them is I was saying when you're in the dark.
Yeah.
And you're looking for a way out.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best way is to follow the sound.
Okay.
Because you could be in the dark with any type of, gadget that is trying to lead you out of the dark.
Yeah.
You don't know which way you're going, trying to find a way out.
Mm-hmm.
You may go in a wrong direction, even when you have the light.
Yeah.
But when you hear the sound and the sound is from outside, you will follow the sound, even when you don't have the light.
True that. I see also agreeing with me there. He loves sound.
It's about sound.
Yeah.
Where the sound, even if you're blind, you will know the sound is from my back. I'm going a wrong direction. I need to go behind. So follow the sound.
Right.
Akarimba epotremina. Don't doubt us. We are able to deliver. I believe, I feel like this is God's design. I feel like the Davids have come.
Right.
The Davids have come to rescue Kawata from its usual problems.
I love the symbol.
Oh, thank you. All the best. Yeah, Pakarimba. Yeah, look at you.
Just the constituency itself and
you feel like you come alive.
Yes. It's a weekend. One thing that reminds me, when you mentioned Kawata's got more bells than churches, and one friend of mine was
you attest to that, huh?
No, this is what I have to say. There's one friend of mine, he was doing a hip-hop show on radio. Then he wanted the name of the segment where he bring in rappers. Then he came up with that, can I equate more buzz than Chilenje? And then I said, I think Kawata's more buzz than Chilenje. He said, no, let's go to Chilenje. Went to Chilenje, and then we'd find out that Chilenje has more buzz than Kawata.
Well, at least you had time to start figuring out and conducting surveys about which place has more buzz. But very inspiring, guys. I mean, one day we should run for office.
Yeah.
I mean, Innocent is doing it. I mean, Sanga is doing it.
I'm now looking at my symbol if I were to stand, because TV is taken.
I'm unbiased. The fact that I come from the media space and it's art, I mean, it's a thumbs up from me to the guys.
Yeah.
All right, but otherwise, it's up to you viewers out there. You've heard it. The guys have spoken. Come August 13th, hope we make the right decisions. Yeah. Otherwise, over to you, Osint and Ruth.
Interesting conversations. I'm glad that CQ mentioned what his symbol actually means. So I was going to ask to say, what does it mean? Does it mean
Why did you talk about the Innocent? Because he said it's the TV.
Papa TV.
Yeah.
No, but he also explains that it's the vision. Right. Yeah. So you guys were not listening.
But I love the combination. Like, they're all coming from Kabwata, and him is standing as a cancer in Kabwata Ward 6. I know that area, and he's saying, okay, me, because I'm coming from the creative industry, so I'm going with the TV.
Yeah.
Then also Tsang also comes in to say, you know what, I'm also coming from the creative industry, I'm going with the radio.
Yeah.
Follow the sound for the vision.
Yes.
We get it
I should
now.
be in your campaign.
The campaign manager.
I know, right?
So remember, you're watching us live on Topstar Channel 114. And remember, you can also go on Facebook. We're also live on Facebook. That's BMTV Zambia, and on YouTube. So in case you also missed the other parts of the show where from the time we started, you can still rewind, or you can scroll back.
You can do this. I don't know what this is.
You can rewind. Or even after the show, you can still catch up and able to know, to catch up with a number of things that in case you have missed. But anyway, we're going for a short break. And when we are back, we just look at other things that we have prepared for you this morning on a Saturday.
Zambia's WBC international champion David Sniper Mwale is preparing for another unforgettable night. Standing across the ring, South African challenger Charlton Malajika. Every punch, every round, every second, live. Saturday, the 25th of July, witness championship boxing live from Government Complex. Watch it live on BMTV, channel 114 on the Topstar platform.
You're watching BMTV channel 114 Topstar. Mutamba BMTV channel 114 Topstar. muletamba BMTV pa channel 114 Top Star.
Well, you're still watching Sunrise Weekend right here on BMTV, and I'm glad that CQ and Innocent mentioned that young people nowadays have mental health issues, and this is why we're having a conversation surrounding mental health. And I'm joined by Elvis Kapusa from United Nations for Development Program, UNDP. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm glad that you're here.
I'm happy to be here as well.
You know, first things that I always ask with advocacy, there's always a story behind why someone is doing what they're doing. Why did you decide to advocate for mental health?
Right, thank you. I decided to go into the mental health field because some few years back, I think in 2024, I was in a terrible mental health state, to be specific, depression. I had a terrible depression, I think for 4 to 5 months or so. I was struggling with mental health and the depression. So after going through that terrible time, I felt like no other people should not go through the pain, the situation I had gone through. So it's my passion, like to advocate for them so that they can be helped out before it gets to be too late. You know, mental health are real outside there. So if it's not really handled carefully, we can end up losing someone. So I had gone through that period, that terrible mental health state. That's what made me to go into the field of mental health.
Okay, before I ask my next question, how did you manage to actually overcome your depression? What did you do?
All right, thank you. So despite us, gents, were difficult to open up in terms of such issues. So after that struggle I had through running up and down to carry out tests and all that, but we couldn't really find what was the problem. So I decided to open up to my elder sister. I explained everything to her. Then I was taken to the hospital to access the mental health services. Yes, then that's how I was helped out. And also, I was also mediating and also keeping myself busy from that time after I opened up. Even after I was given the medication, that helped me to overcome the process.
Okay. So before we actually go further, what exactly is mental health and why is it important for young people?
Okay, so mental health, these are psychological emotions that affect our daily inactivity, and it includes stress, anxiety, depression, substance abuse, alcohol abuse, and other unnecessary, substance drugs that people get involved in. Yes, and it's very important for the youths, for the young people, because they have to take care of themselves, because it really affects our daily inactivity. Like I mentioned, I was experienced with depression. Someone who is in a depression state, they cannot really have full day activity. All what they have is they have hopeless minds, so they can't think of anything, they can't be productive, they can't do anything. So at the end of the day, someone might not do something that is productive. So it's very important for the youths also to take care of themselves, so that they should not get into this mental health state.
Okay, does someone who has depression or is going through a lot of pressures, do they know or do they understand they're actually going through depression? Or is it the people surrounding them that can actually identify to say, "Uyu apita moving"?
You can tell.
Okay.
Yes, you can tell, because someone, if he's going through those terrible moments, depression or any other stress or anxiety, you can tell from their low participation. They'll not be found with their friends. Like they cut off that participation with their friends. They'll just be with them on themselves. Isolation, so to say. Yes, and also they'll not fully engage themselves with other friends. yeah, like I mentioned earlier, with the participation will be very low because they feel they have something that is going on with them. As a result, they might not be fully active. And also, they tend to be moody.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have unnecessary moods here and there, then someone might be able to notice. But with them, if they don't really open up, it might be very difficult for someone to really identify, to say this is what the person is going through, or this is what the person is experiencing at the moment. But with themselves, they can be able to know what the problem is going on, because you cannot really identify, or you cannot sort out a problem minus finding what was the cause of that. So it might start with stress, then lead into depression or severe depression if it's not really handled carefully.
Okay, so what are the most common challenges, health challenges affecting young people, mental health challenges?
Okay, substance abuse is one of them, or we can call it drug abuse. Yeah, because this is the most top, I think, the common one, because a number of youths this time around, they tend to go into the drug abuse or substance abuse because they feel using drugs would help them to relieve them from the stress or maybe the anxiety or the pressures that they're going through. But as at the end of the day, they find themselves the situation gets worse, because the more they get to use the drug abuse, the more it gets worse. And also maybe it might lead into NCDs, non-communicable diseases, which can be a topic for another day. Yes. So people venture into those knowing that they are trying to help themselves, but they're getting into that. And the other thing, it's the pressure. If I can call it maybe family pressure and all that, or academic, because most of the parents would come out and say, if you fail, I'm going to kill you and all that. And you know, someone will have that anxiety to say, once I fail, my life will be, you know, I'll not be normal. So as a result, most of the youths out there, they tend to get into this because they are afraid. Like I mentioned, the parents would come out and say, I'll kill you when you fail and all that. And also the high levels of unemployment. Yeah, I'm sure we've heard of a number of people. There was a recent case of that man who wanted to jump from. Yes. So because youths do not have jobs, or they have no access to opportunities, which makes them lose hope to say, then why am I living on earth if I don't have a job, or maybe I don't have money? Why should I continue living on earth? So as a result, we tend to have this high rate of cases in our society because of some of these causes that is leading our youths to venture into.
Okay, it's interesting that you mentioned stuff to do with academics. There was a time I went to UTH. There's Clinic 6. There it's written psychiatric. And when you see psychiatric, what comes to mind most of us is that, for lack of a better term, we say abajani wofunda ngati wapezeka kuja. So when you are told to go to Clinic 6 for maybe counseling or something like that, the first thing that comes to mind is this person has lost their mind. And then when I inquired, I found out that most of the young people that were there, it was because of pressures at school. These are students at universities, but because they just can't cope with the pressure that is happening at school, they are kind of having anxiety. And it was very eye-opening for me to realize that this word or this section of UTH is not just about the thoughts that we have concerning when we see psychiatric, we're thinking someone has gone, lost their mind. So I'm glad that you've actually mentioned that, and people need to know that when someone has depression or anxiety, it is not that they have lost their mind.
Exactly.
It's the pressures that you actually mentioned.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and do you think social media and technology has everything to do with the rise in numbers of mental health issues amongst the young people?
Yes, it contributes somehow, because you look at how people bully, how people use social media to bully other people that are maybe going through a terrible moment. They'll bully them. At the end of the day, someone might feel hopeless. There's no need of me continuing to be here. I think I need to take off my life. So people these days, they use social media to attack people, to bully them or to threaten them, not knowing that someone is having some terrible moment or some terrible time with their, emotion breakdown and all that. But by someone coming out maybe in their inbox, or maybe just posting, or maybe someone just coming across of a post maybe that is related to the situation they're going through, they'll feel they're attacked, or they'll feel, oh, this person maybe is trying to direct that to me. As a result, we have these a number of cases of mental health amongst the youths. Yeah, as you know, youths this time around are more into the social media, always spending their time on the social media. Yeah.
Okay, so suicide remains a growing concern. What are some of the warning signs that someone may be thinking about, harming themselves?
Okay. So some of the common things that we can talk about is these people, they tend to get into this field or into this act because they feel hopeless and they have no other ideas to say, if I do this, maybe it might lead me into something that is not appropriate. So as a result, you find that people are taking off their life because they have lost interest in some certain things that they were doing. Maybe lack of no one to talk to them, maybe, so to help them reduce on the problems that they're going through and other challenges they're facing.
Okay, so as we conclude, what is your message to someone that is watching right now and they're going through a lot and they think that their life is not worth living, or they think that it is the end of the world because the pressure is just too much? What is your message?
I think my message to those is they can always be a solution to a problem that they're going through. Remember, I said in the beginning to say I was in a terrible depression, but at the end of the day, I managed to come out, and here I am today. I'm speaking to people that are also facing those challenges. So someone who is going through that challenge can be helped if they open up. So if you are out there and you're having some mental health challenges, you can always open up to people that you are close to. It cannot be friends. It can be friends. It can be family members, or maybe some people that you feel, when I open up to these people, it can help me to reduce the problem. So I encourage you to seek help to people that you feel that can help you, so that we can reduce on these issues. Then also, we need to create a very good environment for these people. Don't go to people that would judge you when you come out with your problem. Say, no, I'm going through this. Then they'll start laughing at you, or maybe they'll start mocking you. But access this help from people that will be able to guide you properly, so that you have these services. Everyone can be helped out if you follow the right channel, or maybe if you access the good services from the right people. And the youths these days, they tend to use this drug abuse. So you can try to reduce, or eventually just stop using them, because it's leading us into a lot of harms. At the end of the day, we're tending to lose life because of these services these activities that are engaging themselves in. So by doing so, we can help them out. You can open up to even some other people that are into the mental health sector, and also almost these level 1's hospital, Matero, Kanyama, Chilenje, they have mental health clinics, just like you said, room 6 at UTH. There are other rooms at these level hospitals where someone can access these. So let's not have these issues being kept to ourselves. It's very important, at least we reach out to people that can help us, that can provide the services that we need at that particular time, because mental health are very, very, very sensitive and very real. So they really need to be handled carefully, and someone need to be given the right treatment for that. So if please you're out there, please access these services at any of the hospitals. Someone might be able to help you out.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Elvis, for coming through and sharing your story, and also just giving us more information about mental health issues and why it's important to always seek help when you feel you're not at your best level.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me here.
Okay.
I'm super excited.
So this is still Sunrise Weekend. We go for a short break. When we come back, we're going to have Sontwa Morris Sinkala discuss. I'm sure he's prepared something great for us. So stay tuned and keep watching BMTV.
Hello people, muliche kukomboni kumayadi konse. Dine muntu wanu DJ Jack pa BMTV. Nachi good news wagai. Pachi program chanu chabwa People's Playlist. Papwera kuwina mastata mtu wanga. Papwera kuwina masagari. Siku tambache iya ni kuwina na ndalama. Kuwina is ndalama mtu wanga ni everyday pa BMTV. 13 hours show ya People's Playlist ikayamba. Vochita ni kutenga phone yako wa dial *770 *3# kwa sira. Papwera chi message tokufunza ufuna matiketi ya ngati. The more tickets you buy muntu wanga ukala na machances ya mbili yo wina mastata ya pa BM kwacha giveaway. Taya game iwe. For more information, tikonge muntu wanga pa BMTV channel 114 pa Top Star. Futi ungaendela pa Facebook iwe ni BMTV channel 114 na pa YouTube. Ye pali ma details ya mbili mtu wanga. Pitilizo tamba BMTV iwe ni Z.
You're still watching Sunrise Weekend right here on BMTV channel 114 on Top Star, and a number of things has been discussed. I was just watching the interview in the background to see what group they were able to unpack this morning. But quickly, we just get into our next item that we're looking at, and it's something very interesting with a number of things that have changed in the music industry. And now, on the set this morning, I'm joined by a gentleman coming all the way from Zamcops. But when you hear Zamcops, they're not cops. They're not here to arrest anyone. so just looking at what their mandate and a number of things. And the more interesting part about this chat we're going to have is about the introduction of AI. We've seen a number of songs. Not even just to talk about different songs that we've been listening on from different platforms, but we're even seeing political songs, yeah, that are being done by most of the big songs we're getting from the politicians doing the campaigns. Most of them are AI, and you go like, oh, so who's performing those songs? Who's the owner of the song? Because that's not their voice and everything. So this morning I'm joined by Mwembe Churu. I know my celebrities of to introduce when you know by the other name. He's a Zamcops board member. And of course, the Zamcops general manager, Mr. Miria Sasia Mtondo, who's in the studio with me. And we're just going to look at a number of things that that goes on with Zamcops. And I know a number of times we have seen like, okay, they have changed the board members, they are new guys, they are going for what, they're going for general conference, a number of things. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are you doing? How's the morning on Saturday, waking up in the morning at 6? You have to think of the interview. and when traffic. And traffic. No, the Saturday traffic is because of the marathon.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I was wondering what is happening.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, so. Oh, wow.
But everything else, the office, how's everything going there?
No, we are okay.
Okay.
Yes.
We are fine, actually.
Okay. A quick one. I'll start with you being the general manager. Let's look at the mandate and why Zamcops was established. What's the whole mandate of Zamcops?
So the mandate of Zamcops is rights management.
Okay.
Yeah. And the specific rights. That is public performance rights, also mechanical rights and synchronizing rights.
Those sounds
rights,
deep, like
rights,
we need a dictionary.
rights that the creators of, in this case, we're talking about music. So the creators of musical works, yes. So Zamcops was established by composers, authors, and publishers of music.
Okay.
And they established Zamcops to be able to manage those three rights that I mentioned. Creators of music have got a number of rights that they enjoy.
Okay.
But specifically those three, because those are rights that they would not, individually manage on their own. So they need an organization which is referred to as a collective management organization to be able to manage those rights on their behalf. So by public performance rights, we're talking about You know, whenever their musical works are being played in a public setting, broadcasters, you know, even in a restaurant, you're having a meal, you are listening to some background music, you go to a lodge, you know, you can talk about bars, people that drink, especially on a weekend like this, everyone is somewhere looking for where to have a good time. There is some music to entertain them. So all that music that is being played or enjoyed or consumed in public, a right is a public performance right that is being utilized. And all these creators of those musical works, they need to benefit from their utilization of those rights.
Interesting.
So it's difficult for Mr. Mwembe Churu to go to any place and say, hey, using my music, could I have something? Yeah. But collectively, that is where an organization comes in. They are now able to
So they do it on behalf of an artist?
On behalf of the artist.
Okay.
So now we are able to license these entities that use music in a public setting.
Okay, coming to you, Mr. Churu. So what's the procedure, like the process when you want to register your music to make sure that it's protected? How do you go about it?
Well, with ZAMCOPS, we're very flexible. We have an open door policy as far as when it comes to registration of music out there. So I would definitely urge right now those that are not members of ZAMCOPS to find your way at the office. First of all, our office is found at Anchor House. You know, it's on the 3rd floor, just Cairo Road, just opposite shop, besides ShopRite there.
Okay.
So when it comes to registering music itself, you know, first of all, you're in the studio, you record, you know, you put it all together. Then all you have to do is walk to ZAMCOPS offices. By the way, we do even register online. Okay, we've gone digital right now. We're registering online as well. So we made things even easier, you know, for the musicians out there. So in person, if you get to ZAMCOPS, you know, you submit your works, you know what I mean? The ZAMCOPS will be able to listen to the music. They have to make sure that you've not copied anybody, that this is authentically your creation, you as an artist. If they find that probably you've taken somebody else's copyright and you're using it, the registration, that song will not be registered. You know, so it's actually for an album is 300 kwacha. You know, you just pay 300 kwacha.
350.
Oh, sorry, 350. Yeah, it's always good to have the the bosses of the office themselves around. So it's 350. You pay that amount. Then your music, like I say, they'll listen to it.
Are you able to register a single?
Yes, definitely. But what we do at ZAMCOPS, even if you're registering a single, it still comes to 350.
Okay.
At the end of the day.
Okay.
Because there have been some people out there that have said that, but don't really know if they can register a single. But it's important that whatever single that you bring out, even if it's not an album, make sure you come to ZAMCOPS and you register it. So they'll listen to it. They'll not give you the license there and then. You go back, it'll be after some days. They'll give you days to come back there. Then they'll call you or something, get back to you online. And say, okay, fine, your music is authentic and we're good to go.
So I think there's something, when you're just mentioning that, there's something that I was just thinking. What if maybe, like the way, let's come to your situation, like maybe in this scenario, your music as Black Muntu, then I love maybe your Kokoriko album, then I want to have it. How is it done? Is it something that can be done by ZAMCOPS, whereby maybe you sell me your rights?
Well, on the rights part, I think the GM can be able to handle that.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you mean? You want to
like maybe whereby maybe we're talking like, okay, I love your album. Can I have the rights of your music to be mine? You sell to me. How does it work? Is it something that ZAMCOPS can handle?
Well, first of all, like I mentioned, the owner have certain rights to their works. So you need to have that conversation with the owner.
Then we come to you.
Then when you have done everything, you have done the agreement with the owner of the musical works, and then he will be the one now, together with yourself, would maybe come to our office to change now the registration process and say, okay, this music now, I have sold off the rights to this music and the ABCD. They now belong to this person. And so in our system there, something we'll talk about later, which is royalties. And
it's more like a rate of sale, we're selling a car.
Channeled to the new owner.
Yes,
exactly.
So quickly, let's go to the biggest issue that we thought maybe we can look at. The introduction of AI and of scene being used in music. How is it affecting the institution? How are you working with it?
Well, in AI, is the impact is positive, and also that's also brought in some challenges. On the positive development, thanks to AI, we've been able to leverage that technology to improve our efficiency. We talked about the registration process, where before somebody had to walk and come to our office. But now, we've certain tools we can use to have online registration. And also when we are some time back, to determine originality of a musical work, you had to go through. You have to arrange for a listening panel to listen to make sure that you are the original owner and you have not infringed on someone else's works. That was a tedious process. But now AI has introduced certain tools that you just use, you just get it to be able to match and be able to identify and flag anything, any component you may have, gotten from someone else's work, to be able to flag, and you can identify quicker and be able to address even those concerns of someone infringing on someone else's rights. And thanks to AI, that technology has really helped to be able to speed up certain things and also to create efficiency. And also as ZAMCOPS, when it comes to issues of royalties, because when we collect the license fees, we have to then distribute to the owners of the music. And to do that, you need usage data that you have to be able to use to apportion. We have now new tools that are able to assist us to collect accurate usage data that then we could be able to fairly compensate right owners. So we are talking about now efficiency, fair compensation. Those are the developments that AI has brought. But again, there are also challenges in the registration process, because under the copyright system, what you call intellectual property is someone else is the creation of the mind, creativity of the mind. Yes, there must be a human mind involved creating something for it to qualify for registration. But now with AI, anyone can, find the right tools and come up with a composition in musical work and come and register. Sometimes if you don't have the right tools, it's very difficult to tell a certain musical work apart. The one that was done by the process we know, or the one that was purely created by AI. So it creates a lot of challenges in terms of the registration process.
So how are you doing
because
if someone
our
brings
current
the album?
system, our current registration system is based on laws that were did not
before there was AI
take into account AI. Yeah. So then, for now, what we are doing, again, thanks to the same AI, there are certain tools that we are able to, when you're matching a song, it's able to show you that this song that somebody has brought was created via AI. Because you need to attach registration to a name, to the original creator. AI has challenges of ownership. Who owns the rights to these musical works that have been created in such a manner?
Okay.
And I like what others have done in some developed countries, like in Europe. Their approach really is excellent. I hope we could adopt that approach here in dealing with AI. Because then they have put in certain safeguards to make sure that they protect the creation of the original creators. Because AI will get a combination of other people's creation to come up with the, a certain perhaps unique musical work. A song could be, I could get a song, maybe you use Mr. Mwembe's voice, you get this one and the beats and whether you create one unique song and register.
Okay.
That in itself is an infringement on it because he has not authorized his use.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are the legal challenges that AI has also presented in terms of registration, identifying who the actual owner is supposed to be.
So maybe just a snippet, just to add up. At the end of the day, if you're a musician like me and you wish to create something from AI, bear in mind that the chances of you being able to get remuneration, get money, are slim.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So as a musician, you need to put it to yourself to say, okay, fine, how best can I be able to create? If you want to create a song, yes, AI, it's all over and all that, but you can get paid from somebody physically, probably like that. You've done a song for somebody. But when it comes to, these platforms, social media platforms, it is very difficult for you to get your monies. Even at Zamcops itself,
So we're coming to an end of this chat, but quickly, I wanted to find out on this one. What's the procedure, let's say for a bar, a nightclub, a restaurant, a TV station, a radio station, when applying for a license? Do you consider the number of songs that we have played for that particular month? Or as long as we have the license, we pay every month? I don't know, maybe it's monthly or it's annually, I don't know. Do you consider the number of songs that being played by that particular institution, or it's just a matter of you have the license?
Okay, the current system is using a blanket licensing system.
Okay.
Where there are tariffs that we use.
Okay.
So a TV station will have a different tariff.
Okay.
So let's say a TV station is paying 10,000. So they will pay 10,000 for that license. That's a blanket license for them, authorizing them to use music.
Okay.
Regardless of the quantity.
The number.
Whether they have just used one song for the whole year. A license is an annual, usually it runs for a year. So whether they've just played one song,
you pay that.
Yes. Whether they do 35 million songs, same. So it's not determined by the number of songs used, yes.
Okay, as we wind up, Mr. Chul, maybe you've got any concluding remarks on this matter, anything to do with Zamcops and with your position?
Well, for me as a board member, Zamcops, I just want to urge my fellow members of Zamcops out there to say unity is the most important thing, for us to be able to achieve even what we're looking at right now, the copyright bills and all that.
Okay.
Coming up with a bill that is cemented and it looks at the affairs. The interest is based on the creators themselves, as opposed to having a copyright bill that does not carry, the interest of the creators. So we can only achieve that, by being able to, being able to have conversations with our stakeholders, such as PACRA, what I mean, and Zambia Association of Musicians, ZAM, coming together. So what I need personally, what I want, even the others I know, we just want a copyright bill that is based and centered on the creators of the rights themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quickly, maybe under a minute.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about Zamcops, and would like to urge upcoming artists there not to relent. Please come through, register your works. It may not be a lot, but at least you'll be able to benefit something from your creative works. And also like to urge our strategic partners, broadcasters, all those that we outlined, bars, shop owners, any that use copyrighted works. Please, let's support this industry. Let's make sure that we pay our license fees, because those license fees goes a long way to motivate and to compensate the creation, the cost, the expenses that goes into creation of these works that we enjoy.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll find more time so that maybe we can look at a number of things that we can look at, maybe even after the 13th of August general election, then we can sit down maybe just for a number of hours, just outline and look at a number of things that Zamcops is doing. But I think as BMTV, we need to partner with you, so we look at how we can work together and just bring out more information from you.
That's true. Thank
Appreciate
you very much.
Thanks.
So we go for a short break, and when we're back, I know there's a boxing match happening today. It's the biggest event of the day, and I can't wait. As you know, as BMTV, we're going to televise live this match on our channel 114. That's on Topstar, and of course on our socials. So we go for a short break, and when we're back, we get into sports and look at what we have for you today.
Welcome back to the Sunrise Weekend Show here on BMTV, and now we're focusing more on the sports. And as you know, today Lusaka hosts a very big event, a world title fight that has been very much anticipated in the boxing world. And we see David Sniper Mwale facing, try to defend his WBC International Bantamweight title today, and he's being challenged by rather other than Chelton Malajika from South Africa. So today in studio, we've been joined by some special guests. Today we have the challenger himself, Chelton Malajika from South Africa, and along with him, we have Hall of Fame inductee himself, Mr. Brian Mitchell from Golden Gloves, and someone who's not a stranger to the show, Mr. Christopher Malunga from Oriental Quarries Boxing Promotions. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. We've been anticipating this big fight that's coming up today. We've been trying to keep our heads alert, trying to see and prepare for this big event. And finally, it's finally here. And now, looking at how the preparations have been, Brian, I do understand that you are also managing Chelton's brother, Ricardo.
Yes.
In South Africa.
Absolutely.
How did you come to a decision of also bringing Chelton on as a fighter into your stables?
I think so. It's a nice question. It's an easy one. Ricardo Malajika, 6 or 7 years ago, I took him over as a young man, took over his management and his training. Myself and my wife, Charlene, are their co-managers. And they're like our children. We look after them. And once Chelton came along, it was a no-brainer. We wanted him desperately as well to manage and train him under the Brian Mitchell Boxing Gym and under Golden Gloves Promotions. He's got an unbelievable amateur pedigree, so his record speaks for itself. He only lost his very first professional fight in a split decision. In fact, it could have gone either way against a guy, Ndabazinkle Piri, who's 10-0 now, and he's also in our stable. It's his sparring partner, and since then he's never lost. So we look at him as relatively undefeated. And we know we've got a tough fight against David Mwale tonight, who's 13-0. He's not 13-0 for nothing. And he's the best Zambian bantamweight, and we've got the best South African bantamweight. So we can only expect a great fight.
Right. So Chelton, as you've heard from Brian, he said to him once he saw you, it was a no-brainer. At the time when they were bringing you into the stable, was it something that you also saw yourself? You were already that confident? Or you thought maybe I also need to build up myself to be more like Ricardo and be that great boxer that you are today?
Well, I just told myself that, look, I had an amateur coach. Before my amateur coach passed away, he told us that, look, when it's time for you to go professional, you should go to Golden Gloves, to be honest. So, with the way my brother was going, I was like, okay, those people are looking after my brother, They're not just looking after him from a boxing or business perspective.
Right.
They're like a father figure, like a mother to us. So then I was like, okay, no, then I'll be comfortable there. I'll grow, that's how I...
Okay. So, back to you, Brian. I believe this title fight was supposed to be originally held in December.
Yes.
But due to injury to Chelton, this fight was pushed back up to now.
Yes. Sadly, both guys were obviously in serious training camp. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks out till the fight. And Chelton pulled his muscles and ligaments in his left knee. A freak accident that doesn't happen. He was sparring and his leg twisted. So unfortunately, the fight didn't take place. So it was disappointing for both fighters, especially for our promoter on the left, Christopher, who's putting a lot of time and effort and money. But yeah, we're glad to say the fight is on now. It's happening tonight. And with all systems go, you're going to have a war. It's going to be a crack of a fight. It can only be a good fight.
Absolutely.
You've got 2 really good guys, world-class guys that are going head-to-head. And the winner of this fight will become the WBC world champion one day.
With a fighter or any other athlete going through injury, how do you as a manager keep him motivated and keep him focused to say, fine, we've gone through this setback. How do we look forward to still keep him motivated and keep his mind on the fight that is still ahead?
Well, like I said, it's very disappointing, but fortunately for him, he's in a gym full of talented fighters. Like you say, his brother's a world champion, Ricardo Malajika. We've got Sia Kusi, who's the WBC strawweight champion of the world. Got a gym full of talented fighters that help him, and we nurture him. Myself and my wife look after him like our children. And we've looked after him since the injury, and we've taken good care of it. And we baby that injury and work towards getting him back into peak shape. And as he's sitting here next to me right now, he's in absolute peak physical condition. The injury is done, and there'll be no excuses tonight. He's come to win, there's no doubt.
Yeah, so Charlton, how does it, that's Brian speaking from his point of view. You yourself as the fighter, how do you keep yourself motivated during that period where you're trying to recover from injury, knowing that there's still this big bout that you have to face?
Well, I'm surrounded by, great people, great boxing people. So we are boxing family.
Right.
So even though I was at home, I was out, I would still stay in tune. The people who call me to check up on me, just tell me that they look, rest. Sometimes in life you need to rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I took the rest. I took it as, I have to rest. I'll get back. I'll come back stronger. And thank God I feel I'm better. And now I'm here.
Okay. Hopefully now you're absolutely fit and set. Your body feels great for this fight.
Yeah, definitely. I feel great. It's an honor being here as well. So it's just time for me to get in there and do what I do best. Yes.
Right. Mr. Malunga, you're part of the organizers of this big bout. How was it like also for you on your end, knowing that the fight was supposed to be in December and we had this minor setback? How do you manage getting through this rough period to get the point of us having this bout happening today?
Yes, there, in any sport or in everything we do, there is what we call calamities beyond our control. The challenger was injured, and there was a medical report issued, and we had to look for another opponent. It was a voluntary defense. The champ fought a boxer from Tanzania and won. Then WBC ordered a mandatory challenger back to Malajika. So we knew that at a certain point we are going to fight Charlton, and we are preparing for that. And I'm happy that it's a joint promotion by both promoters, Golden Gloves and the Oriental Quarries Boxing Promotions. We are ready for this fight, no excuse. I can assure the fans that Oriental Quarries Boxing Promotions is working tirelessly to make sure that the tournament is a very successful tournament. And yesterday we received a message. You saw a special message coming from the president,
absolutely,
appealing to members of the public, and also he indicated that he's going to watch this fight.
Yeah.
He wants to watch this fight. Unfortunate that we are in the campaign period now. You could have watched this fight live, but we are very, very grateful to the president. We have been supported heavily by the Minister of Youth and Sport, and his government has tried to help us, to give us that hand, and that's the way it's supposed to go. My appeal also goes to the fans. They need to come up in numbers, give us that support, give our brother from South African support, give the Zambian support, and let's move forward. We do not expect any political slogan. We do not expect any political regalia. Anybody with political regalia or political slogan will be removed from the venue. And we are not going to allow anybody to misbehave inside. There will be serious security. Cameras are all over. And once you misbehave, you'll be followed or arrested immediately. So let's enjoy ourselves. Let's give our brothers from South Africa a warm welcome. They're happy so far. And we are looking forward to a very good tournament, and we expect the best boxer to win by the end of the day. It's a very, very good fight, very good matchup. Malajika is a very seasoned fighter. The champ is in another world, another class. He knows what is at stake. Both boxers, they know what is at stake at the moment. So it's a serious fight, and the fight which has got endorsement from the head of state and our PS. Then it's a very, very big fight, and we are very, very excited that it's moving according to the standard of boxing itself.
Right. Brian, previously you've described Charlton as a sleek boxer with quick feet and very disciplined. I believe the nickname is Baby Pain. I don't know if he still goes by that.
Can I just start by saying thank you to Christopher because his hospitality has been fantastic, and thank you to you guys. We appreciate everything. Obviously, may the best man win tonight, but we appreciate your hospitality. Sorry, back to your question.
Yes. We were saying how you've described Charlton as a slick boxer, someone with real discipline and real good feet. So how does that look like against a fighter like David Sniper?
Well, he's actually not a slick boxer. He's actually a walk you down kind of guy. He's, in my opinion, if you compare him to the greats, he's a Roberto Duran.
Right.
He walks his opponents down. He likes a guy that comes to fight. So Mawali comes to fight. So it can only be a great fight.
Absolutely.
I mean, this guy can fight and Mawali can fight. And they're both going to come to the center of the ring to compete. So for the fans out there, it's going to be a terrific fight. It's going to be, boxing's going to be the winner tonight. And he is slick as well. He's got all the moves from the amateur background, but he's a come forward fighter and he likes to go to war. That's his game plan. His brother Ricardo is more the slick guy, more the footwork guy. He's got a big world title fight coming up in September as well for WBC. But of course, tonight we got the WBC international title on the line. And we know we need to win. Ricardo, Charlton at least needs to know, he knows that he needs to win to become top 15 in the world, to get a big shot at the WBC. Both fighters know what's on the line.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing about boxing, only one person can win. It's the toughest sport in the world, but it's also the most rewarding when you win.
Right. So Charlton, the way you're being described as walk down to the fighter, and what are we expecting from you? Is this gonna be a real bro, as he's describing? Both of you guys are actual, down there fighting and getting it done. Is that how you describe your fight today as well?
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be a good fight. We're gonna be both competitive, which is good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also, now going back to Golden Gloves as a promotion, seeing that you have both brothers at the same stable, how does that work out? Does that work to your advantage? Is there a real competition from the stable, knowing that both brothers are with you?
No, absolutely, it works in our favor because the two brothers are the best sparring on the planet. And these guys don't hold back. They don't look like they're family when they're sparring.
Right.
They get in there and they smash each other. And it's good. He's learned a lot from Ricardo and vice versa. He gives Ricardo great sparring. Ricardo's the junior bantamweight world champion and he's a bantamweight. So that's only one division above. So he's actually Ricardo Malajika's best sparring partner and vice versa. So we're actually very lucky in our gym. We've got the best small guys in Africa and South Africa.
Right.
And so from a sparring point of view, we're very lucky that the guys can be competitive.
Right. Charlton, being in the gym there with your brother, as he's mentioned, can be your sparring partner. Do you look at the titles that your brother's won already, like you're kind of chasing him? And this might be maybe motivation for you to get this big title to also push to the levels that your brother has already reached now?
Well, it's definitely motivating for me because he's my brother. We saw each other come from nothing and now he's a world champion. So it's definitely motivating for me. And then I won't say that I'm chasing his direction.
Right.
No, we there, we help each other grow. Iron sharpens iron.
Definitely.
So yeah.
Okay. I think as we almost come to the closing of this program, manager, Mr. Brian, give it to us straight as his manager. How do you see tonight's fight going?
Who's going to win? The man on my right.
Okay, definitely.
So, as I said, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Zambia, for hosting us. We appreciate your hospitality. But he's on a mission to win a big world title. And nobody's going to stand in his way at this stage. We don't believe David Mawali will be the guy to beat him. I do say it's good for boxing tonight. Boxing will win, the fans will win, but Charlton Malajika will win tonight.
Definitely. Mr. Malunga, what's your take?
On my side, I'm a promoter, and the only thing I always say is that the best boxer win by the end of the day.
Right.
And the good part is that both of them are very good fighters, and they'll put up their best. You know that Mwale has been in camp, he's a machine. Our training camp is a military camp. We don't joke. There are no jokes there. It's serious. You can see what has come out of that gym. Charles Manucci winning the title WBC silver in Russia against somebody with 30 fights, no loss. Catherine Peary beating the other boxer in Mexico, Yasmin Rivers for the WBC gold, no loss. Lolita Muzea, the same thing, and so many other boxers. I'm not going to talk much on who is going to win, but I think that both boxers are good both fighters.
Absolutely.
And I respect both boxers and I wish them well. My only appeal goes to the fans to make sure that they come up in numbers and give both boxers that support they need. To BMTV, I'm very, very grateful with such a platform you're giving us to market the floor, to market the sport itself. We are very, very excited as a promotion. I think you are doing it well. Let's work together to make sure that we come up with a solid situation of boxing. To the head of state, your message is very powerful and very clear. We say thank you so much, Mr. President Bali. We are very, very excited. That message has motivated our camp. To the PS who is in charge of the ministry at the moment, we say thank you so much, PS, congratulations for the arm you are giving to us to make sure that the sport is developed. And also, we are happy also that one of your own boxer who came out of a sponsored program by the ministry. Joseph Chiti, coming all the way from Kaputa. He will be fighting for the first time. And I'm appealing to the Kaputa people to watch that fight on TV3 and the BMTV.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Charlton, to close, the champion himself is determined. We had him here on the show. He says he's determined to have that belt, stay in Zambia. He doesn't want it to see it go to South Africa. He says he's ready. What are your final words as you go into this fight?
Just come in numbers to the fans. Stay tuned. It's going to be one crack of a fight. I'm ready and I'm just ready.
All right.
Yeah.
So there you've heard it for yourself. Big fight happening today at Government Complex. For those that can, please make your way to Government Complex. And like you've heard it from both fighters. Last week you heard from David himself. Today you've heard it from Charlton himself. They're both saying they are ready for this fight. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be one hell of a fight. And just show up in numbers at the Government Complex. Come support. Just apart from the big fight, there's also some under fights that will be there from 14 hours today. But for those that can't make it, the fight will also be live right here on BMTV. For now, let's go on a commercial break and we'll be back soon. Zambia's WBC international champion David Sniper Mwale is preparing for another unforgettable night. Standing across the ring, South African challenger Charlton Malajika. Every punch, every round, every second, live. Saturday, the 25th of July, witness championship boxing live from Government Complex. Watch it live on BMTV, channel 114 on the Top Star platform. Welcome back to BMTV Sunrise Weekend, and we've just had an interesting interview with the challenger Charlton Malajika, who will be facing off against our very own David Sniper Mwale tonight. But let's progress with other stories in the sports. We've got the Commonwealth Games that started in Glasgow. This game started on Thursday, and we saw some interesting sports already being played. And as of yesterday, we had boxing, as well as swimming happening yesterday. In the boxing, we had two fighters, Emmanuel Katema in the men's 65 kg boxing in the round of 32, where he came out victorious with a knockout victory over Sri Lanka's Chamil Pathrasmiri. And we've seen that now he's progressed on to the second round of that champion. As well as in the 55 kg category, we had Mwango Mwale, who also recorded a win, and yesterday was his birthday, so it was a very good celebration for him as he beat Tanzanian Faki Issa Faki in a referee stops contest. And in the swimming, we had Zach Moyo, who capped off the day with a win in style as he won the 100 meters men's breaststroke, which pushes him to 24th out of 42 competitors in that category. The other competitor that we had was Jed Peary, who posted a time of 28.48 in the men's event. Out of 52 competitors, he came out 26th, which was a respectable win. And as we see, these games in Glasgow will continue with different sports disciplines happening with the Zambian team, such as athletics, judo, and athletics. Moving on to another story that's making headline is Lamek Banda's rift with Lecce club in Italy. Earlier on during the week, it was reported that the Zambian winger did not show up for the mandatory training camp that the club was having in Italy. He also missed a friendly game against the Hungarian side, which has now prompted the club Lecce to release a statement where they're saying Lamek is under investigation. They're trying to just see if the reason that he did not show up to the preparation camp is valid. But also there have been rumors in the Italian press that have been going on where they're saying the reason that he might have missed that preparation camp is the fact that he is being pursued by a Saudi Arabian club. So is it really that he did not show up to that training camp because he's preparing for his move to the Saudi Arabian club, or it was just a matter of him, as he said, failing to make the necessary logistical arrangements to make it to the preparation for Lecce club as they prepare to open the next season. Moving away from that story, another story making headlines is Patson Daka signing for Hamburg in Germany. Patson Daka is officially now in the Bundesliga again. This move was earlier signed this week, where we have seen Patson Daka moving away from Leicester City and going to Hamburg in Germany. Patson Daka is believed to have signed a one-year contract with an option to extend another year. We've seen that Hamburg have just recently qualified back into the Bundesliga, and as they are trying to rearrange their new squad, one of the key players they have targeted to lead their following season is Patson Daka. Patson Daka, following his career, he moves kind of full circle, where he originally started his career in Austria at FC Red Bull Salzburg before moving on to the English Premier League with Leicester City. As his later on, let's just say the last year of his stay at Leicester City, he did not see much playing time. So most Zambian fans will be happy to see him go to this new club, and hopefully he'll get more playing time and we see more of him on the pitch and his form get back to what it was. Moving on to another story in the headline is the Copa Queens. As we all know, the WAFCON, the Ladies African Cup of Nations, begins tomorrow, the 26th of July. The ladies yesterday arrived in Morocco. They were camping in Algeria, where they had two friendly games against Algeria. On Sunday last week, they played against Algeria in a friendly game that ended 1-1. But later on as well, the second game that was played, the Zambian team lost 1-0 on Wednesday to the same Algerian team. So we don't know if this is a true reflection of what we should expect from the Copa Queens in the upcoming WAFCON. As we know that Zambia are in Group C, which is a very, very difficult group in the tournament. We've seen that in the same group, Group C, Zambia has the defending champions, Nigeria. Along with Nigeria, we have seen Egypt and Malawi in the same group. Both of these are actually, all three teams have been preparing well to contest in this WAFCON. All three teams have been playing friendlies as they prepare for the tournament. So we're expecting to see a very good challenge from all three teams as we try to make it out of this group. This tournament is also very significant for Zambia. As we all know, Zambia is one of the few countries that is yet to fail to qualify for a major tournament in football. The Copa Queens have qualified for every major tournament, which means for this tournament, Zambia has to finish in the top 4 in order for them to qualify for the Women's World Cup that's being played next year in Brazil. Another story making headlines is in the basketball world, is in the NBA. We've seen that LeBron James, who everybody has been waiting for to make a decision of where he's going next, LeBron James has officially announced himself that he will be moving to the Philadelphia 76ers from the Lakers. We've seen that LeBron was with the Lakers the past few seasons, and he's finally asked for a transfer now to move from the LA Lakers to the 76ers. LeBron made an announcement yesterday via his X account, formerly known as Twitter. Let's take a look at what he had to say on his move to the new club.
Is now official. LeBron James putting the statement out on his X account, making the announcement himself, saying this: "I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it, and I knew I needed some time to really decide, but I was pretty sure I played my last game. I was honest at that last press conference when I said I still needed to look at myself and decide if I still love this game, and I truly love this game, and I have more to give. The last few weeks have been really special. I've never been able to have no clue of what to do, to take real time to just think. I've had an incredible few months with all the people I love, trying to figure it all out. And this is my last decision. I am not going for money. I am not going for family. What am I really playing for at this point? I still want to sacrifice. I still want to work, and I still want to grind. I still want to compete, to win, and to have a chance at feeling of winning and another championship, and I believe I can help make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team. I am so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. Thank you, LA, Miami. I'll forever love, and Northeast Ohio will always be my home. Putting a couple of emojis there at the end, ending it off with his signature crown, because he is King James. But it is official that LeBron James is going to be joining the Philadelphia 76ers. We're already having some reaction coming in. Putting this up on your screen from Governor Josh Shapiro saying, "LeBron is coming to Philly. By the power vested in me as the governor of the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and a diehard Sixers fan, I hereby proclaim today to be LeBron James Day. Welcome to the city of brotherly love."
So that was the tweet that LeBron James put out yesterday announcing his move from the LA Lakers to his new club, Philadelphia 76ers. At 41 years of age, LeBron James is now entering his 24th NBA season, an extraordinary record in terms of longevity on how long someone can play in the NBA. And with that story, we've come to the end of this segment of Sunrise Breakfast. And now we'll move on to Sontwa, who's going to speak about the FRA and what's happening with the farmers in that department. Over to you, Sontwa.
Thank you so much, Nwani, for that. Indeed, today we've got the farmer situation as well as FRA farmer situation status right here. I have a summary of how farmers have been treated by the Food Reserve Agency under the UPND administration since taking office in August 2021, with emphasis on the crop purchases, payment performance, delays, and at least development in 2021. So the UPND, took over, office in 2021 with a number of pledges. After assuming office in 2021 August, the UPND government pledged to improve agriculture through better, FRA operations, increasing support to all small-scale farmers and timely payments. Meaning that this time, during that period, we saw, a progressive way of paying farmers and everything. We didn't see situations like the way we saw in 2025. Now, going forward, government also expanded the Farmer Input Support Program, FISIP, and encouraged increased maize production. Now, during 2022 crop marketing season, the FRA purchased maize for strategic food reserves and generally maintained better payment timelines in that year than compared to previous years, meaning that the Patriotic Front the way Patriotic Front was paying farmers, UPND had to better it up in as far as, handling the issues to do with our farmers. Now we move to 2023, the crop marketing season. In September 2023, FRA introduced immediate cash payments for maize deliveries to reduce delays and enable farmers to prepare for the next farming season. The initiative was welcomed by many farmers because it had a prompt payment which allowed them to purchase seeds, fertilizers, and other farming inputs. Now we move to 2024, where the crop marketing season saw the country experiencing severe droughts. Many parts of the country had a lower, record as far as maize production is concerned. This is the time when we saw, most millers increasing their most essential commodity mini meal to, some parts of the country were selling the 25 bag of mini meal at 350 kwacha. And in other parts of the country, we saw, some millers saying mini meal at 500 kwacha, especially areas that are near, border posts such as, Kazungula and, other areas. The government continued supporting farmers through FISIP, while FRA maintained strategic gain purchases where production was available. In 2025 marketing season, major payment delays were actually, visible, where we saw farmers from different parts of the country, many where, higher production of maize are recorded, such as Eastern Province, Central, Southern Province, as well as Northern and Muchinga Province. This became the most challenging season under the UPND government, with key statistics indicating that FRA initially planned to purchase about 543,000 metric tons of maize. Due to a bumper harvest, FRA eventually brought about 1,667,921.15 metric tons of maize, over 3 times of the original, target. The maize purchase was valued at approximately 11.31 billion kwacha. About 846,655 farmers supplied maize to FRA. Why payments were delayed? One person could be, asking questions why payments were delayed. And reports indicates that because FRA bought much more maize than budgeted for, government faced a significant gap running into billions of kwacha. This delayed payments to thousands of farmers, many whom depended on the money to purchase, most of the essential, inputs as far as farming is concerned, such as buying fertilizer, seeds, hiring, labor, preparing fuels before the rainy season, as well as repay of agriculture loans. So farmers' organizations had to warn that the delay of payments threatens the 2025-2026 farming season and could negatively affect the national food security. Now we move on to the government's response. The government had said, during this time, that Treasury release funds caused some of the, Treasury release funds in phases contributed to the delays, and commercial banks also engaged to process payments, also contributed to the delays. And also we saw the delays were also caused by banking and payment processes systems. Government apologized to those inconveniences and promising that reforms to improve future payments will be done. And indeed, not too long ago, just yesterday, we saw the FRA, making a report on the, 2026, cash crop, price. In 2026 crop marketing season, after criticism over the 2025 delays, government announced several reforms, among them which was the digital payment system through banks and mobile money, faster payments processing, warehouse receipts system reforms, commitment to begin to buy and paying farmers immediately during the market season, which is something that almost seems to be impossible because government has made it, FRA has made it clear to say that within the period of 3 days they'll be able to pay the farmers. Now in January 2026, FRA stated that these lessons had been learned from the previous season and assured farmers that the payments could be made on time. In Muchinga Province alone, about 52,379 farmers who supplied 181,000 569.5 metric tons of maize were reported to have been fully paid after government released a 234 billion kwacha. Zanis as that report. The latest development currently this week, FRA announced that the 2026 crop purchase price and indicated that the government has commenced purchasing maize and paying farmers for deliveries in current marketing season. In line with the president directive that he made that farmers should receive prompt payments. Now, an overall assessment since taking office in 2021, the UPND government or administration has expanded agriculture support programs, FRA maize purchases, which is an indication that there's commitment in as far as supporting farmers is concerned. And the UPND administration also introduced reforms aimed at improving payment systems, successful handling of record maize purchase in 2025, but experienced significant payment delays because of purchasing exceeded original budget that they had as FRA. Then also faced criticism from farmers and opposition political parties. It is on record where opposition political parties have made it clear to say that how should a person or an ordinary individual be buying mini meal over 300 kwacha? Now we've seen it has gone down as far as the pricing is concerned. And the president responded to by clearing outstanding payments, including digital payment system, and promising quicker payments during the 2026 crop marketing season. I'm certain farmers out there, they are delighted after FRA made those announcements, especially in areas where the country records higher harvests in Southern Province, Muchinga Province, Northern Province, as well as Central, Eastern provinces. It's better late than never. Indeed, I'm sure the farmers out there are delighted. Now, that's the report that I had today in as far as the farmer FRA situation is concerned today. Over to Osint.
So, what, I was just looking at the figures from the time we started, like from the time the UPND government came into power from 2021 August up to now. Then I was just looking at the price of a bag. That's 50 kg, right?
50 kg, yes.
At 200 kwacha, 200 and...
way back is 220
kwacha. I feel like the price is too small for the bag.
That's why most of the organization are calling for, an increased, prices. And as far as exportation is concerned, we have seen a number of clients coming out there to sell in as far as exporting maize. We've seen the same amount that we are buying in here is the same level amount that we are actually offering at the exportation market.
Okay, thank you very much, Sontwa. We'll see you next week with the next package that we are going to have.
Thank you so much.
That was a lot of calculations, a lot of information. Wow.
How much did you get in mathematics?
Trust me.
How many points?
You should know. No. You should know. Just you asking me that.
But me, I'll be very honest.
I wasn't the best, but...
Me, to be honest, from primary, I went to secondary. I'm not good at when it comes to calculations.
Math is not
I just said, banking, no problem.
This, I'm like, oh, that's a lot. Yeah.
We're coming to the end of the program, and it has been very interesting. Now, looking at the topic that we had today, Bachimboya and everything. I think as we conclude, I think
we'll pour powder on you.
No way, you're not going to do that. It's no Mbuya Wanga. So Chimboya
I can be on Mbuya, it's okay.
No, you have got your losses, the Tongas. Do that. We'll support you. We'll buy powder for you.
Noted.
So thank you very much for watching, and we appreciate everyone involved in this production. Sontua as well, we came through to give us the breakdown of the FRA yes, report and everything. Then also we looked at what is happening in Kabwata, looking at CQ and of course Innocent.
And obviously the match, the fight, we're excited.
And yes, talking of the issue of what's going to be happening this afternoon. So I can't wait. I think that's the biggest thing I'm going to be doing this afternoon. From here, I have to prepare because, boxing is not like football. You have to go there at least an hour before.
You find that they've finished.
Like, you know what? So you have to go there at least 80 or whatever. But if you're not going to make it to Government Complex, you can still catch the fight live on BMTV right here on channel 114 on Topstar. And of course on online, we're going to be streaming.
Yep.
We'll see you next week. Thank you very much for watching.
Bye-bye.